Oh, hi. It's Mobb Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. It's the dog days of summer. Let's go through the watcher rules. 5 here already. 4 thumbs up. Thank you, guys and gals. All right, Griffin Fishroom first here. Doug Gray second. Chattanooga Ed. Yeah, there we go. David Samsel. Let's see here. Who else is here? And Anthony's Fishy Friends. Welcome to the live stream. It's the dog days of summer, isn't it? Speaking of dogs, come on up here, buddy. Look who's here. Polo. Yeah, the secret leader of Project Blue Book. All the aliens, they call me by name. They bring me up into their ship, and they implant me with things. Lots of things. Excellent. Well, I went on. Normally, I go up a few minutes early, but I was finishing work. I had to ship out fish today. Hey, Rose Aquatics, how are you? Logan, Ambist Aquatics in the house. I had to ship out some fish today, and it was like I ran out of tape. I thought I had plenty of tape. I ran out. So I had to run to U-Haul on the way there, which is usually more expensive. And so I got some rolls of tape. I finished taping it up in the car. It had basically done. And then I promptly, got Maple Street Aquatics. Hey, how are you? So it's the dog days of summer here. And as you can tell, Bolo, for whatever reason, is a little needy. So I was out of, yeah, you're right. It is a rookie mistake. Then I get one of the guys. I sold my first thing of my first order from Get Gills, which was terrific. And the guy wanted me to text him because he had a question. Then he started talking to me about guppies. He never paid me for guppies. He didn't tell me he wanted guppies, etc. He just said he was interested in guppies. He said he wanted guppy fry. I'm not sending out no fry. And so he never paid me. So I text him the, I texted him the tracking number, and then the guy writes to me, goes, "Did you send guppies? You didn't pay me for guppies." So that's the deal. So crazy. So Rose shipped out orders, Ambist Aquatics shipped out orders. That's good. No, I won't. It's believe me, if you would have paid me for guppies, I would have sent him guppies. But he already had a package full of beautiful fire red shrimp going his way. Yeah, he went Bob Kaler on me. Well, this week it is shipping day. Sometimes I like to wait till Tuesday, primarily because Monday it's usually kind of busy at the post office. But Saturday's a holiday, and what if they get delayed or something? I want them there before the weekend, so they had to go out today. So I packed them last night, got home from work at 2, packed them up, shipped them out at about 3. It's all good. You want to get down, or you want to be help? Trying to get him to decide what he wants. He's very needy. So it's the dog days of summer, everybody. It's I don't know where you are, where I'm at. It's going to be on Thursday. It's going to be 99 degrees. Excellent. Your MTSs and mystery snails on the way. Here you go. So, yeah, so the whole process, the whole process of getting stuff out and doing that. So I had a bunch of orders all came in on the weekend, which was great. So I got them out, and so so that was positive. And I tried this once because when I go and take them in the mid-afternoon, they don't leave the post office. Here's how it goes for me. I'll give you my little route. It goes from Joplin to Springfield, then from Springfield goes to Kansas City. So they'll arrive in Springfield here in about 15 minutes. They left about an hour ago. So I'll get a text from them. They've arrived in Springfield. And so I promptly. Now you're getting stuff from Roe and Danikin this week. Excellent, Griffin. So I go in and so I tried shipping them out. I went one day. This is probably about a month or so ago. I figured, well, I'm going to ship them out. It's 5:15. If I get them there at 2, they must do a morning ship out. Wrong. Since I wake up at ridiculous hours of the morning, before bedtime on Sunday night, I packed. I had like 4 orders go out that day. I'm not that big of a fish, fish entrepreneur, fish shipper guy. So I get those out. And 5:15 was a good song by The Who. Where's Chewy, by the way? You're going with the music references. There's no Chewy. Our Canadian friend. So I got him to the post office at 9 a.m. as they opened up about a month ago. And they didn't leave until 5 in the afternoon, and so JH Aquatics, what's up? Big J's Fish Keeper. Holy capoly, we got the good group here. Thank you guys. 10 here, 8 big thumbs up. Thank you guys very, very much. So, so they don't get it going out. So I need to go and deliver them in the afternoon. So they got there a little after 3 today. So they all say they're going to arrive on Friday, which is kind of brutal. But with the guppies, I did not feed them from last night. So, Bolo wants to get down, everybody. So I got that out. And they can leave on the first truck. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, but here's the deal: is that they didn't get to Kansas City any quicker. So they're going to get on a truck at midnight tonight, be in Kansas City at 6 a.m. And then I have 1 shipment that's going to Indiana and 2 shipments to Florida. I'm guessing the Florida ones will get on a plane. Hopefully they're not getting drunk on a plane. And so they'll make their way to South Florida. The Indiana guy, he'll have them on Wednesday, I bet you. It's because it's just it's just a truck ride across. Last time, this guy's ordered from me before, so he pretty much knows what he's up to. So and sometimes they go quicker than what they say. So I'm guessing he'll have his on Wednesday. I'm guessing the Florida people have it on Thursday. It's so that, hey, Vanoski, thanks. Hey, welcome. Sorry I missed you. By the way, I did pack my fish while wearing a mask. Tampa, Tom Fishing. Your phone's in the pocket? Yeah, there you go. It's all good. You lurking on your way home or whatever you're up to, Tampa Tom? So, it's a couple of things that were going on. So I was going through and packing up the fish. I mean, oh, you're walking the creek? Yeah, there you go. The creek side, nice. Today is going to be like the coolest day for the next like 4 or 5 days. It only got to like 90 today. Let's see what it is right now. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 88 degrees Fahrenheit.
88 degrees.
Tonight,
88 degrees.
It's a low of 76 degrees.
76 degrees tonight, everybody. 76 degrees. So that's good. That's going to be our low. Means my air conditioning's going to be running all night. It's, you go through the whole thing. You go through the winter and you sort of want spring, but now we're, July, August, that's the hot time, isn't it? So so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking, getting stuff done and getting stuff done in the fish room. I'm waiting for, I have like 2 more refunds on the way, and I'll do my flooring with that. It's, one of the refunds is from, 82 degrees inside with the fish. Wow, less than 80 in Louisiana. Holy capoli. Yeah, it's sunny and hot here. So I'm kind of excited about the entire process. I've just been work has been nuts. Oh, you're in Los Angeles. Yeah, you see, my brother's in Los Angeles. My brother lives in Los Alamitos. Los Alamitos, everybody, right near the LBC. LBC. I don't know the whole gang thing. Help me out. I'm not really a gang member type of person. I've never been invited to join a street gang. And I'd join. Why not? You get to have cool cool looks. You wear red or blue or whatever you wear. Handkerchiefs. All about handkerchiefs. I'll let you know when I go. I have to get out to LA. My brother and his wife and they're like 7 cats. So there you go. So Peter and Compton. Why not? I may be the dorkiest man ever rolling through Compton. I like cats. I don't have a problem with cats. It's yeah, let me tell you what, In-N-Out Burger is fantastic. They have them all over Texas now too. Just terrific. All over Arizona. I mean, it's the real deal. I mean, those burgers are really tasty. Another chain that's uh, basically a chain just in Texas, even though they have locations, I think, from the Panhandle of Florida through Louisiana, is Whataburger, and that's nice and tasty. Yeah, Whataburger is pretty good. In-N-Out Burger. The thing is about In-N-Out Burger, very similar to what goes on in Chick-fil-A. It's like a machine, man. They are busy in that joint all the time. The service is really quick. They customize your order. They couldn't be better. I mean, they're really neat people. Small Fry Aquatics. Great having you here. Yeah, a handkerchief. Have my own gang sign, being a member of a set of the Bloods or the Crips or the Vice Lords or the Disciples. It's a good time. It really is a good time. You can just roll through there and yeah, but Doug Gray, you're not too far away. When you head up to New York City, I'm going to tell you a burger joint. Anybody who gets to like Jersey, suburban New York City, there's a place called White Manna in Halle Berry would look pretty good just in a handkerchief. That's correct. Big City Bettas, Petey's Burgers in Queens. Yeah, you see, you look like an old Eastern European grandma with my bandana. Now that's good. But in Hackensack, it's called White Manna, and they do sort of the sliders, but they don't boil them; they fry them up pretty good. And that's not a health food place. And I went there when I lived in New Jersey and went in New York all the time. One of my there were clients at the office in Jersey, and yeah, Five Guys is good. Five Guys is good, but let me tell you something. It is not In-N-Out Burger, and it's not Whataburger. So here's how White Manna goes in. So there was one of my coworkers who's like on the kick I am on now, is trying to eat healthy a lot and trying to watch what they eat, which is great. I don't criticize that at all. Never did. So a double. Yeah. Yeah, double. Oh yeah, that's good. So it's an order from our good friends at In-N-Out Burger. So the process is with it is that they fry it up. So we're there with like 5 or 6 clients of the company I was working for, and they wanted to eat at a place that had local charm. They didn't necessarily need to go to a nice place. So I brought it up, and so we're going over there, and my boss John, he decided that he wanted to play like he was healthy. So he ordered his burgers, because they're sliders, with lettuce and tomato. We all get served, and we're done before John gets his meal. You know why? They didn't have any lettuce at this place. They didn't have any tomatoes. They actually sent somebody to the grocery store. So he was the last to eat, and I was on him. I teased him about that for about 6 months. I joked with him. I said, "Hey, next time we go to that place, you might as well bring your own lettuce and tomatoes, because they don't got it. I don't care what their menu says." And now here's the ultimate small world thing. So there was the lady who took all the orders, not even really a waitress, more just like a general to what was going on. She was back there doing this, and I got this is like about 3-4 years later. I'm in Bellingham, Washington, the other side of the United States from Hackensack, New Jersey. My mom's in the hospital, and my God, the cashier looks just like that woman from White Manna in New Jersey. So I just sat there and I said, "Have you ever heard of a restaurant called White Manna?" And she goes, "Yes." So there you go. Got a fantastic restaurant here, The Rail, the source of beef by counties throughout Ohio. It's unbelievably wonderful. That's terrific. Hey, you know what they like to call that? Farm to table. Got farm to table. They get local stuff. It's what Chipotle claims that they do, except you know you live outside of like California, you're not getting avocados that are locally sourced. All right, do in Florida, do they even grow avocados in Florida? Man, I love me some avocados. Guacamole. Now, do you know what the Mexicans serve? Dip into guacamole? And no, it's not crackers, it's not lettuce. Chipotle plus the runs, yeah. Well, they do. They eat the guacamole with pork rinds. And the first time I saw that, I'm going, yeah, do we have like crackers? I'll just take like a couple of spoons, I'll just, load up a bowl of guacamole for me. And, so that's going through. Cleveland, you can buy sushi on every street corner. Turbo Fish, what's up? But I'll tell you what, a lot of that fish is being flown in next day from where it goes in. Here's the thing that I'm sure not getting sushi right now because of the limited air travel and all that sort of stuff. I'm not touching it. I love me some sushi. And here's an interesting thing. You guys familiar with the Unification Church? The Reverend Sun Young Moon? Well, his, kind of a weird cultish type of thing. If you want to get married, sign up. He'll set you up with some babe. He'll tell he's dead, but someone with the church will tell you that you're getting married to someone, and you have to get married because it's arranged. So Sun Young Moon, and the Moonies have a considerable business holdings. And it is said that 70 to 80% of the sushi that we eat comes from Sun Young Moon. So there you go. That's a little useless trivia if you needed it. Little useless trivia. And your sushi place can't tell you because it's, doesn't say, Mooney Sushi. It's just, they have several different shell companies. When I lived in New Jersey, you keep hearing about fronts for organized crime. Well, I'm going to tell you something I think was a front. Hey, Jesse, HC Aqua. What is up, HC Agua? What's going on with your fish? So Bolo is trying to figure out what he wants now. I think he's going to go back to the bedroom, go to sleep. But yeah, so it was where Bolo, this is going back like almost, over 12 years, when he went through his puppy kindergarten, his an obedience training, all that stuff you do with your dog. Well, he is right next door to the dog training was a banana importer. And even if you showed up at like 4 p.m. for a class or something like this, no one was ever there at the banana importation company. My guess is that, the boys from Sicily were involved. Got some nice purple Moscows from your friend Tom. That's cool. Will do. Bolo gets lots of snuggles. No, I know. It's like Chattanooga Ed, you're totally right. It's like a rock star group of people. Great people all the way around. Great people all the way around. Yeah, I am so ready. Let's see. Ooh, dinner, chicken and dumplings. Fight the New England fog. Also made chocolate cake with fresh whipped cream and strawberries for dinner. Now that's good eating, Big City Betta. That's delicious. I love, um, strawberry shortcake, with like whipped cream on top. It's just the best. Come on, buddy. So he scratched my leg, then he stood back. And I have to go like this, because he's deaf. Bolo's is deaf as a post. I know I've said that probably about 80 times, but he really doesn't hear. So I didn't see Amber's Instagram. That's sad. Need to. Bolo, what? I just took him out before we went on. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get him a treat. That's how absolutely spoiled Bolo is. 1 second. Be right back. Should probably just bring the treat thing with me. Okay. All right, come on. Here's what's funny is that first thing in the morning, I get up at 3:45. So I get up, take Bolo for his walk, and make a pot of coffee, make breakfast, sit down, begin to do work on the computer. Bolo gets into my lap, and he doesn't want to let me up. I mean, he's sprawled out like this. Now that I'm on the live stream, he's going, pick me up, put me down. I will say this, the one thing about that he's gotten older, his walks are pretty quick, and I don't necessarily need a quick walk. I like to go for a long walk. It's I'm in favor of that. So I'm feeding him like an iguana, piece by piece, because his teeth aren't all that good, and they really can't. I think they think that they should pull a couple, but since he has a heart condition, they can't do it. So, he's just, he's a spoiled little guy. So let's see here. Now, I did pick up, and I had it last weekend, and I've got to pick up like some shredded cheese to put on top of it. I got lobster ravioli, which is really good. And this will freak you out. You know what I put on top of it? Vegan spread, vegan like butter, which is actually really good. One of the brands is really quite good. So it's some of them are not that good. This one is like called Earth Balance. It's pretty good. I mean, it's tastes good if you make it on a potato. You put it on toast, that type of thing. You put it on on raviolios. Pretty good. So by the way, I had my first order from Get Gills. I've had just shrimp up on Get Gills, and for a few months now, I've never gotten an order till yesterday. So it's kind of exciting. So it's yeah, it I'll tell you what, the next okay, and you guys will understand this more than anybody else in the world. You know what my next Guppies? I think I'm gonna have to do purples. And yeah, Aquabid, it's funny, is that I get some business from Aquabid. It's it's not a ton. I end up selling through people who contact me contact me through the Mobb Guppy channel. They've seen the shrimp or the fish, and they want to know if they can, and I make them a good deal because they're part of the fish fam. But I sell a lot on eBay. And I appreciate the Aquabid folks. They're really good. How does that guy make his money on that thing? I do I need to like send him some, a few bucks just, to thank him? What do you do with that? Because he doesn't take a piece of the action. He makes money for, he certainly makes money for PayPal, which is eBay. So it's, who knows how that works? Yeah, so Bolo's sitting here. He's being fed like an iguana. They joke about the whole iguana thing is that if you own a pet iguana, they say never start feeding it by hand ever. Because if you start it, they come to you like a lizard puppy and beg for you to feed the thing by hand. And that's pretty much for the rest of its life. So there's a story about a pizza joint in Miami. And maybe Cuban pizza is a little bit better than Italian pizza, a little bit different. I have not had pizza at a Cuban joint before. And find some red, white, and blue guppies. There you go. Yeah, that'd be really good. And a little 4th of July gups. And and oh, your dad used to raise red, white, and blues in the 70s? Yeah, it's I have not seen them, but Doug Gray, you're kind of an expert on these things. Jay and Aquarium, welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. Great having you here. I'm busy here feeding Bolo, who's very excited over the entire process of being fed like a spoiled little child, which he is, and for good reason. And I wouldn't want him any other way. But I will tell you, on Saturday morning, I got up at like 5:15, 5 o'clock. He got in my lap, and I had to start going. I mean, it was like 8:45, and he was still in my lap, like. So that Bob Kaler, there you go. Now the party can start. COVID-19 cases where you are they growing? Are they shrinking? Here they're kind of mushrooming. We really 3 weeks ago had in beautiful Joplin, Missouri, had a total of 14 cases. Now we have 114 cases. It was a meat processing plant for Tyson Chicken, has like 500 cases. And that's south of us about half hour or so. Good times. I'm going to show up and greet them there. And Bolo wants to get down again. You want to get down? You want to sit here? Come on. Yeah, he wants to get down. If he stands up on my lap, that's sort of his high sign. Now, here's the deal about him also, is that Bolo does not really sit on my lap. He'll throw his body over my lap, but his back legs are always firmly on the couch, always on the left side. Don't understand why, but he is. It's where he wants to be. Bolo sent you a text? Yeah, he's pretty ambidextrous. Picking up old tricks for an old dog, new tricks for an old dog. Picking up all sorts of stuff. So let's see. Well, sorry for yawning. I swear to you, this Monday has been absolutely bonkers. Oh, so let's get back to the. I'm glad you brought up food, Doug Gray. An article last week. Apparently, the health department went in to do an investigation, at a restaurant, which they do, a spot inspection, which we hope they do more often than not. Well, they go in, they open up the freezer, and they find an 80-pound iguana that apparently they were cutting up and serving with your pizza. And I didn't realize pizza could become such a desolate place for old meat until I watched The Tiger King. And in The Tiger King, there you go, JH. Yeah, Joseph, have her do a cooking show. That sounded just great. So, yeah, so cut up the iguana. And what they call iguana in like Jamaica and other places, they call it the chicken of the trees. And I understand Florida, they're pretty much all over the frickin' place. It's just unbelievable. And it's an invasive species, so you probably want to, eat every one of them. Yeah, some lizard toppings. Yeah, Bob does pretty good production on his video stuff. I try to keep up. I have like a bunch of big projects. I got a bunch done at the office today, but I have a bunch of big projects going on, and so I have to do a bunch of junk, and I have to do like computer programming junk tomorrow. So you ate iguana when you were a kid in Mexico? It's like chicken soup. Yeah, you see, that's what they call it. The chicken of the trees, pollo and la canta, or whatever they call the tree in Spanish. My Spanish is terrible. Bob sometimes, Doug, sometimes Bob does, I've noticed 2 or 3 in a day. He pumps out some videos. And I need to put out more videos too. So it's like I got a complaint from one of our buddies at Fancy Tail Aquatics. He said, "Why don't you put out more videos? I'm sick of just live streams." Okay, I'll put out more videos, but I've just been busy. I have just been busy. Bolo's back in my lap, getting petted. He's happy. He's like sitting on top of me like he's the king of me right now. He's not rolled over on his back where he shows himself to be submissive to his daddy. And Pomeranians have a purpose. They are Pomeranians are come from a background of herding animals. And Bolo, if you put him around small animals, he'll try to herd them up. He does it. It's very natural behavior. So it's kind of a neat behavior that he'll do. The dark blue dragon guppies. One of the females had 20 fry, so I skipped it and added them out instead. Well, you see, there you go. The Codfather? Who's the Codfather? Is that Bob Kaler? So I'm a simple man. Simple man indeed. So, yeah, it's so I went in, I did my before shipping out, I put the fish on Benny's Aquatics. How are you, buddy? Welcome to the live stream. I put them on a fast, not quite 24 hours, but close enough. Their last meal was baby brine shrimp, so that was good. That digests nice and quick. It's you're trying to get me down to go down the music road here, Doug Gray, and I feel kind of bad. I kind of feel like I'm cheating. If I do go down the music road without our buddy here, Chewy. What do I have going on in the fish room? Well, here's a couple of things. I've got to set up new breeders for my Roebuck Reds. I've been working on this cross. I've got to set up another 2 tanks with that. I'm going to do flooring in my guest bedroom, and then set up a bunch of aquariums there. I have a bunch of aquariums I haven't put up yet, so I'm ready. I'm ready to do so. So I've got to get that up and running. Vinny the Mooch, welcome to the live stream. So that's sort of what I have going on right now. I really have to set up new breeders almost with all my guppies right now. I do have some exciting news coming, and I'll do a video for it when it happens. I'm really, really close to having baby Amica splendens. One of the females has squared off. She's huge. Looks like she's going to pop out. They say Amica splendens pop out, from anywhere to 5 to 15 fry. So she's really good size. I got these things when they were tired. GN Aquarium, I like to use. Right now I have 4 set up with the Roebuck Reds. It's not enough. I really would probably like to have 7 or 8, and I'll have that. I have let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 aquariums set up with swordtails. On the cross I'm working on, I just have them in 1 aquarium, so that's what I have. Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's the Amicas are gorgeous. I got mine from Greg Sage, and you're dealing with a serious fish guy, and with Amicas, it didn't bother me as much. Is that they came in breather bags, and I'm not a big breather bag guy, but it worked out okay, mainly because that's a room temperature fish. Hey, thank you very much, Benny's Aquatics. 19 here, 13 thumbs up. Thank you for ringing the bell and hitting the thumbs up, gang. I really appreciate it. Helps grow the channel as we go and dealing with that. So yeah, so my goal is I'd like to get an Asian strain, and I haven't figured out which one I want to do yet. I'm going to do a second red strain. And I have a buddy of mine who I'm in an aquarium club with. He used to be an international fancy guppy guy. He has his own line of albino reds. And so he and I are going to swap males. I'm going to give him 2 Roebuck red males. He's going to give me 2 of his albino males. And I'm going to set those males up with 2 Roebuck red females each in 10-gallon aquariums and let the magic happen and try to build my own sort of that. The Mica splendens I keep at room temperature. So if I go and check the temp right now, it'll be probably about 72. From everything I understand, Now that's funny, Benny. Yeah, you don't want a heater in them. They fall apart if it gets above 75. So when I go on vacation during the summer, this is the question. Do I keep the house at 75 or do I keep it at 76, realizing that at night it'll cool down? I'll have to figure that out. I want to go in and put one of those automatic deals in there so I can, change it from home or change it from the road from wherever I am, uh, and have someone install it for me. I've got to do that. Oh, you can't get the Amica spawning until you get them in the 60s? You know, I haven't had them spawn yet, so you may very well be right. It's I keep my place pretty cool when I'm at home. I keep it at 71 degrees. In the winter, I'll keep it like 68. It But when I go to work, except for this week where it's really, for whatever reason, if the sun's out, it's really hot. It takes forever the temp to drop down in temperatures. It'll go from there. Griffin, it's been brought up to me. Yeah, his tank is never over 65, and that may be what's going to take. I'm just sort of following it through. Yeah, as of right now, my guys seem to be doing okay. Is the advice I had gotten from what I read is just keep them under 75, which I followed. And Bolo's finally happy. He's now laying on the side here, getting petted. He's stretched out. Okay, Chattanooga Ed. You have to look up a name quick, but just so you know, I'm not going to be quick. There you go. It's okay. We're here for another 14 minutes. We've got time. It don't think he has to know tonight, but would like to plan his drive Friday. Do I have notes or Bob Kaler, Doug Ray? I no longer write. I mean, it's so rare that I write anything down. I just type it into my computer. I just type it into my computer because I'm not I'm not that well, my handwriting is so bad. It's your handwriting is bad when you cannot read it. If you can't read your own handwriting, you're in real trouble. Oh, Ed. Okay, good, good. And Kaler's allowed to drive out of Tennessee now. It depends which state he's going to. Kentucky, fine. Georgia, fine. Alabama, they got a roadblock. They got a roadblock. When I lived in Alabama, I drove through Chattanooga quite a bit. It's really kind of a neat town. And by the way, I ordered something. I ordered something off of Facebook, and It has not arrived, and I ordered it 2 months ago, and it's just insane. So these people, it got to be about 3-4 weeks in, so I inquired. They said, oh, they had shipped it the week before. The thing is not shipped out yet. It's not like a ton of dough. It's only like the $35, but $35 is $35. And yeah, it has not arrived. So I've got to respond to this and escalate it if they do not. Your case regarding the payment you sent to Yokawa Network Limited will automatically close on July 3rd. Because your seller has not responded, you should consider escalating the problem to claim to ensure your case remains eligible for the PayPal review. And okay, I have to escalate it. Escalate, not escalade. Escalate it. So I'm in good shape. Chewy, how are you, buddy? How are you? Yeah, there you go, Vinny. That's what I'm going to do in my. I'm going to put more shelving in the side room, and I've got to go as soon as those tanks go on sale. I got to make my drive to Fayetteville, actually to Rogers, Arkansas. Yeah, Chewy, I didn't want to feel like I was cheating on you on any type of music talk. So anytime people brought up music references, okay, Doug Gray, I ignored it. But now we can get back to that. Yeah, and more tanks is always the answer. Always the answer. It truly is there. It cannot be anything but a better deal when you're dealing with more aquariums. More aquariums all the way around. So I've got to wait. I guess I better wait a couple of days and see if these people, reply. And more species, yeah, more species are good, or more strains of guppies. I like. So yeah, I'm gonna do 3 more strains of guppies. Yeah, where is Alice? Where is our Norwegian lady from the old country where my people come from? Norway, salted fish, lutefisk, lefse. Now I'm trying to think of the torsk. Torsk, I love torsk, which is sort of poached cod that you dip into. You dip into drawn butter. It's delicious. Know where angels fall in Norway. Plus another excellent. Doug Gray. You see, the deal is though is that there's something to be said about that. I don't trust stairs because they're always up to something. You see, there you go. You know what? You know who would love to use that joke? Doug Gray. That is great dad joke. Sun-dried shark. You know what? That's good too. I love shark, except it's full of mercury. Full of mercury. Delicious mercury. Excellent. Well, Luke Roebuck was the man. Someone was asking me about my Reds. I said, well, they're the legendary Roebuck Reds. And the guy goes, who's that? And I'm going, who's Luke Roebuck? He's like, a beloved member of the Guppy fam who's no longer with us. Well, I hope he does. I hope Doug does steal that joke. It's perfect. Perfect joke. Greetings from Italy, Marco. Arrivederci, or what are you saying? Greetings. I think that's goodbye. What kind of jokes are Chow? There you go. What kind of jokes are appropriate during quarantine? I don't know, Bob Kaler. What? Inside jokes. Oh, yeah, that's a good Doug Gray. That has Doug Gray written all over it. You know what? I think the Roebuck Reds. I got mine from Doug Gray, and I think they look fantastic. I think they're good size. I think they look fantastic. So yeah, I really do. Grazie. Yeah, there we go. Filet mignon. My Italian is awful. Yeah, you see, Bob Kaler's got the Roebuck Reds. And, the deal is with it is that as generations go on, because it can be for a number of reasons. Nutrition. It can also be about how you pick breeders. Is that they eventually begin to look a little bit different from the same line. You know what? That's a Doug Gray question, Small Fry Aquatics. Doug Gray, weigh in on this. Have you tell about it's they need more size on them. The color is great. Yeah, the color is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I have one in there that, again, I've got to set up breeders. I need to set up more aquariums, so I just haven't done it. Maybe I'll do this on the long holiday weekend. But I have one or two males that are absolutely, completely red, and I've got to set them up with a couple of the ladies for some erstwhile Roebuck red sex. And so there you go. Yeah, well, it's and again, it's about the nutrition, it's about the water changes, it's about it's about and everything eventually becomes it's like cooking. We're back to food. Is that I've gone and I've cooked recipes, following the recipes of my mom, who's now dead. But my late mom made some unbelievably great food, and one of the favorites was now I'm going rhubarb pie, and I have made the rhubarb pie, and it doesn't have quite the same thing to it because I'm not as experienced doing it, all that sort of stuff. I'm following the recipe. I'm doing the exact thing she does. The taste isn't quite the same. My mom used to make good German pork roast. Again, I followed the recipe like a hawk. It's a little bit different. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, rhubarb cake is really good. My mom used to make homemade rhubarb jam. Rockin' good. Yeah, that's a good tip, Doug Gray. Got to get to Bob's. He pays well. Oh, there you go. All right, gang. Our buddy Bob Steenfott is going to be up now. So let's go from there. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. You have a great week, and I'll try to put out some content to make Fancy Tail Aquatics happy.